Last modern one of the night is Restore Balance versus Stoneblade. After this, we're gonna play some Legacy, and we're playing blue cards, Bunny.
Yeah.
Liam was happy. Liam made somebody rage quit a game on turn 2.
This guy was playing Tribal Elks. This is not a joke. It was in a casual one. I cast Narset and then Lion's Eye Diamond. What's a time reversal card?
Echo of Aeons.
Echo of Aeons. And he was like, Jesus Christ, dude, I'm playing Elks. What's wrong with you?
Show mercy. No.
I'm trying to meme. You're a bad man.
Liam's like, beam this time walk.
Jeez, that combo is so strong.
It is,
It's
but it's also kind of hard to actually like.
It's a 3-card combo.
Yeah.
Eh.
Like it's not busted, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So look at turn 1, Forest, Border Post. Hey, and Felix is here to comment on his own match.
Yo, what's up, Felix? How you doing, man? I love you, Felix.
That poor trampoline, man. That was.
You know what? I'm kind of on the side of Restore Balance on this matchup. I think the Bant's
Wow.
I think the Bant Stoneblade deck isn't proactive enough to actually like pressure the Restore Balance deck before balance resolves. Because if he can play like As Foretold right now. Oh, you know, he's cascading, isn't he?
He is playing As Foretold. I think he sent me a slightly older list than what he's playing.
I know he's not playing Oh, yeah, that's good. Bounce your land.
Hey.
That's good.
Hey. Time walk you.
I know he's not playing Electro Dominance because he just doesn't own them. I asked him, I was like, are you playing Electro Dominance? No. Oh, why not? I do not own them. Oh.
Also, it's really bad for the Cascade.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. If you're cascading, then they're different decks.
Mm-hmm.
Second, Brazen Borrower. Dear God. He just cast Boomerang. Boomerang 2 of his land drops.
Big's like, send a message.
He's going to discard the hand size because he's been playing Careers.
Oh. Hard suspending of Restore Balance.
Yeah, well, eventually this will do something.
If I live this long.
Yeah.
Until it gets spell quellered, and then you feel really bad.
And you weep openly. It took so long.
I waited 84 years. This bitch ass spirit comes along, like, no.
I was prevented from a dead person. How?
I mean, are they really dead?
Yeah.
I feel like they're undead, Liam.
No, spirits aren't undead. An undead is like an animate thing that was previously dead because you've experienced death and then you've been brought back. If you're a spirit, you're just dead. You exist in a different plane or dimension.
All right. Ooh, Ghostly Prison?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
That is all right.
Man, Felix got to pay 2 mana to attack that 1/2 Hierarch.
Well, no, he's gonna play. He's gonna put in a Brazen Borrower here probably. If he doesn't have another Lord, he can Brazen Borrower, then he's attacking for 4. Which is fine.
You know Felix isn't playing Spirits, right?
What's up?
But you know Felix isn't playing Spirits, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Stoneblade. It says so. Although he does like
Then
that.
what
band
lord
name.
are you talking about?
What now? What are you talking about?
You said he doesn't play another lord.
He gets to play Brazen Borrower. Did I say something about lords?
You did.
I'm tired. I don't know.
All right.
We were talking about spell quellers.
Okay. Stepmom.
All right.
Unfortunately, Stepmom does not give protection from Restore Balance.
That's true. Very true. I think he really needs like an As Foretold right now.
I mean, or Cascade Spell.
Yeah. Okay, remake the land drop. You cascade, then your opponent sacrifices down to 1 land, 1 creature, in which case Felix probably keeps Cantrip Land and Noble Hierarch.
Probably. So then if he has another land, he can just recast the other borrower.
Yeah, and then refuel by using the cantrip.
Yeah.
So there's Ardent Plea.
Ardent Plea!
Card I actually know.
What does it do, Liam?
It gives your creatures vigilance, and
Incorrect.
it has cascade. No, not vigilance?
Nope.
No, it's just got exalted on it.
There you
That's
go.
right. Yeah.
Look
Who's
at
got
Liam.
more cards in hand? I think Felix has less cards because he's been boomeranging the border posts.
It's like, I will draw a card.
Okay. If you've got
5 cards? I don't
5
think.
cards and he's got 6, okay, then cantripping is fine.
Yeah.
I think you definitely keep noble.
No, because
there's
Jacob has 0.
Yeah, there's 0 creatures.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I was like, that's not how that works.
It's not to 1. I'm thinking. I was thinking of what's the 4-mana sorcery legacy that each player sacrifices down to 1 permanent of each type? Cataclysm.
Cataclysm, yes.
Yeah, I was associating Cataclysm with it.
Oh, God. That is a fun card to cast. You watch your opponent like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard me, Death and Taxes.
You thought you had more than me? No, we are all equal.
You heard me, Death and Taxes.
I sideboard that card.
Oh, yeah.
That card's fun.
It is. Greater Gargadon.
All right.
Felix, I think you might be in for some hurting, buddy. I feel like this 9/7 is gonna be.
If you commit to the Greater Gargadon, if you commit all the way to Greater Gargadon and then it just gets path, it feels bad.
It does. That's why if you see your opponent playing white, you just don't go all in. Or even if it gets Assassin's Trophy, you still feel pretty bad.
You can probably just sack your basic lands because they're not very good in the deck in general. Because you want to be getting rid of them to make the restore balances better. So at some point he'll sack his basic lands to the Gargadon before this suspended restore balance resolves. But I definitely don't like going all in. Like you can sacrifice the Ardent Play, that's free.
Yeah.
But I don't think you want to be doing too much of that.
No. Also, Felix needs to send me his goddamn actual list.
Alright, Felix sending a Ice Fang Codal, gonna cantrip. This will help him get back into this game, but what they're gonna think about initially when he casts the Ghostly Prison, which I thought like, okay, well that's a card. But when you're edicting your opponent's lands, then that Ghostly Prison is way harder to pay for, and it's preventing you from attacking and remaking your like board state.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean,
like the Ghostly Prison is actually sweet.
Yeah, I mean it's a good way to stop aggressive decks.
It's okay at doing that if the deck hasn't already put you in a position where they don't need to have many attackers.
Right. Like it would be good against like elves.
It'd be good against elves. It would not be good against Tarmogoyf for Death Shadow.
No.
It wasn't very good against the Brazen Borrower and the Noble Hierarch, but now it's fantastic.
Right, but I mean, like you have it there. You really want it there for after your restore balance resolves.
So, does he have any way to win the game outside of Greater Gargadon?
The Nihilith, I believe.
What is that?
Oh my god.
Is that the one where is that the creature that returns from your graveyard if you...
No, it's a suspend one. Actually, I'd like to look it up.
How do you reduce its suspend counters? It's something like that, right?
We'll find out. Suspend 7. A card. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you can remove a time counter.
Okay.
And it's a 4/4 with fear.
Okay.
So that seems really good with restore balance. Like suspend this. Restore balance. Here's a 4/4 with fear. Boop.
Unfortunately, though. No, okay. So with restore balance and
because they go to the graveyard.
the resolution of restore balance is what puts the things into the graveyard.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's something.
So, yeah, he has multiple win cons at that point.
He's gonna Violent Outburst. He's decided that his opponent has built up a good enough board state. I don't really know if you need to do it at this point because you got the other one on suspend and he's not really presenting a clock, but there's no reason not to fire these off.
Yeah.
As long as you keep one in your deck.
No, especially because like while it's on the stack, he can stack his own lands to Gargadon and take your
Yeah.
lands away from your opponent.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if your opponent's playing Path if they literally cannot cast Path because they don't have any lands.
Yes.
And Felix is just completely empty board state. Now, who's got more cards in whose hand? Felix, I believe, has to discard now.
Probably.
Yeah, gets rid of a land.
Somebody bumped the camera slightly. Now I'm upset.
This is the Dutch angle. We're avant-garde filmers. This is actually art. The world's most pathetic meow.
Oh my god. Tiny cat, shush. Hi.
He's so black I couldn't see him.
Oh man, so
Lingering
Souls is also a clock.
Yeah, that's something to do. You can't cascade into it either.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think yesterday Jacob made a mistake because he had Lingering Souls in the bin. If he'd flashed it back, he would have been fine, but he didn't, and he lost.
Is Restore Balance is all creatures, right? It doesn't care if the creatures are tokens or not?
Correct.
Okay. So you'd have to be in a position to cast Souls.
Right, but like if Restore Balance goes off, he can stack the 2 tokens to Gargadon.
Yeah, and Felix probably should have been making land drops in the face of the Restore Balance that was suspended. He might have just forgot about it over time.
Right, so he's like,
Yeah.
float 2, what, like Quaddle to draw a card?
You could Quaddle to try to hit a land drop if you ran out.
I think I saw I had a Prismatic Vista in hand.
Yeah.
And at this point, if I'm Jacob, I think I just sack the other 3 artifacts.
No, you'd sacrifice Ardent Plea and then
2 artifacts?
Ghostly Prison can go,
That's true.
and one of the artifacts can go.
Oh no, yeah, because this during the upkeep. So yeah, you just sack Iron Play an artifact and crack Felix for 9.
Or if you play another land, sack the land, sack the Ardent Plea.
Yeah.
I think this is the turn that you resolve Gargadon, though.
Yeah, because I mean you get a free 9 damage.
It's a 2-turn clock because it's a 9 power dude.
Yeah.
Or is it 9 or 8?
It's a 9/7.
Is it 9/7? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's going
yep.
for it. 2-turn clock. Definitely should have sacked the Ardent Plea.
Well, no, because now I mean it puts it up to 10, puts him down to 5, makes him easier to kill.
Whatever. It's negligible.
I was like, wait, it has haste? Yes. If it comes off suspend, it has haste.
I mean, it's kind of negligible, the Exalted. Like, the Ardent Plea's not doing anything.
Ooh, they missed a point.
The mana's definitely better.
Ooh, they missed a point. Ooh.
Nerds.
Cheaters.
This game is forfeit. And he scoops it
Things
up.
like it's fine. I'm just dead next turn
He's
anyway.
like, well... Okay, well, you definitely do not board in Disdainful Stroke, because guess what costs 0 mana that's destroying you?
I don't think that's his actual sideboard. So, like, Damping Spheres...
Veil of Summer does nothing.
Gadok Teague, Rest in Peace...
Gadok Teague does nothing.
Knights of Autumn...
Who's that, Linvala? That's what you want.
That'll be a good one.
You want Linvala real bad if you have it.
Collector Oof wouldn't be bad in this matchup either.
Yeah, Collector Oof
Because,
is...
hey, your artifacts? That's cute.
It's like Wasteland, yeah. It's like a 2-mana Wasteland for him.
On Jacob's side, Fire Spouts. That's the only thing I could really see him bringing in.
Yeah.
Because Dread isn't good, Wismare isn't good, Lay on Sanctity doesn't do much, Ricochet Traps don't do much.
You would bring in Ingot Chewer if you knew your opponent was playing actual Stoneforge Mystic. You probably have cards you can cut just to like have Ingot Chewer in case you don't have a very fast hand and they turn 3 make a Batter Skull.
Alright. Alright, hopefully Felix can not get swept. It'd be really embarrassing on camera, especially against this deck.
I wouldn't say embarrassing, like definitely Restore Balance has its good matchups, and that's like mid-range creature decks that aren't super pressuring your life total. The Bant Stoneblade decks want to be facing other mid-range creature decks or like removal decks, because you can try to grind against them. Spell Queller is Felix's best card. I feel. Spell Queller and Force Negation. Those are
yeah.
probably the only thing you
Teferi.
want to be mulliganing for.
Time Raveler.
Teferi nerfs Cascade super hard.
It also does not allow him to cast things during the upkeep.
That's true as well. So it kills Suspend and Cascade.
Yeah.
So if you're Felix, you're looking for a hand with any of those cards.
Yes. Or all of those cards. I mean, you know.
I don't think Felix's deck is particularly bad against the As We're Told deck. But
I think game 1 it is, but...
definitely game 1 it is, but Felix has meaningful ways to interact.
Yeah.
But I think just in general, this is the kind of matchup that you're looking for with the Restore Balance deck.
Yeah.
Because you can, end step, cast Violent Outburst, see if your opponent has the counter spell, and then if they do, then on your turn, you just try to go off again.
Mm-hmm.
Just force it through. And his ways to answer Restore Balance are pretty... They're not terrible, but they're pretty limited in what they do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see a Force Negation. I think Land Hierarch. I'm trying to figure out
If
what.
he's got Force Negation Spell Queller, that's actually a great hand.
And my hand's an out of on him as well. So.
Yeah, I'm fine with keeping
Yeah,
that.
I think it seems like a fine hand.
The only risk that you run with a hand like this is that you don't actually have a clock.
And he has a Collector Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Okay, so Felix probably wins this game. It's definitely too early to tell.
But
it's looking good for Felix.
It's looking real good for Felix.
Yeah, and if he's ooh, man. With the Force Negation, even if you're gonna Fire Spout to try to kill the Collector Roof, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. Or Spell Queller. Cool, Spell Queller it. Try again.
Just put 2 more power on the board, Queller it.
That's why I haven't thrown it out with that box yet. He likes playing with the little handle things on the inside that hang down.
It's amazing how capable cats are of entertaining themselves.
Especially the dumb ones.
Cats will actively seek to entertain themselves. Usually dogs, if they're not looking for food, they're just like, I'm gonna sleep now. It's like the two modes: questing for food, patrolling property, and sleep.
Yep.
Looking for pets.
Oh, Flagstones. Such a good land in this deck.
It's
Sack it.
It's pretty sweet. Sack it to my Gargadon, get another land.
No, just sack it to Restore Balance. Oh, look, I still get a land.
Yeah. Synergy.
Come in for 2. Keep this Force Indication up for a hard counter.
Does Flagstones enter the battlefield tapped?
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure now.
Me neither.
It's been a while since I've seen that card.
Yeah, it sees play in the Smallpox decks that are playing, if you can, Ulborg flags, Smallpox.
Like Legacy? Or
in Modern, there are some decks that are playing it.
Okay.
Sometimes decks that are mono white or splashing white will play it just as a way to deck thin.
Mm-hmm.
But that's usually player's choice.
Mm-hmm.
Technically your second Flagstones ramps you because you tap Flagstones, make a Flagstones, tap the Flagstones, get the basic from the Flagstones, and you're up a mana.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not terrible, but
yeah.
It's just something you can do. It's not always guaranteed to be the best thing you can do.
Viggs was perfectly happy to sit back here and just peg his opponent for 2 until he dies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no need for Felix to cast anything else unless it's going to affect the board.
Since you've got Force Negation, I could see casting Knight of Autumn and just making a big dude.
Yeah.
Just to make the clock go by a little quicker. Now I think he definitely Knight of Autumn in order to kill that. Oh, is he just going to queller
He's
it?
going to queller it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's fine because then you get...
Yeah.
Now you have 4, so you've doubled your clock. And he just draws a spell queller. Oh my god.
Second queller. Okay.
I feel this game is over.
I think it's 90% in Felix's favor.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob's made all his land drops, which is kind of impressive.
How many other blue spells does Felix have in his hand? Does he have something to pitch for force? Because if he does, I think this game is over.
I know he has. So I've seen Knight, Kitchen Fink, Spell Queller, Force Negation.
Fire Spout.
I think it's Queller.
Hard cast Force Negation. Queller gets you. Does it get you a quicker clock?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it gets you a 2-turn clock.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it gets you a 2-turn clock. Yeah, I think Queller's just the better one there.
Yeah.
It's like, haha, suspend this. I'm going to live for 6 turns.
Yeah. I'll see you eventually. And then you Teferi. Okay.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. So I was gonna say it's like 90% in Felix's favor. The only way
I don't think Felix has a blue card for the force to pitch.
Yeah,
so he has to keep the mana up to actually hard cast.
Yeah, so that's what matters, because if he tries to end step, he could have tried to end step, go for the combo, and then Felix hard casts like Spell Queller or Force.
Yeah.
And then he tries to do it on his turn.
Yeah, there's no need for Felix to cast anything.
Yeah.
He's thinking about casting Mom. It's like there's no need. Lethal's on the board.
Yeah. Well. He
drew
an Aspertold, but casting that doesn't do anything unless you actually have the.
And he doesn't restore balance in hand, but
because he just played a restore balance.
Oh, that's true. So he might not. I think if I feel like to let that resolve, you're like, cool.
He had a Violent Outburst. I'm surprised he didn't wait until Felix's combat step and tried to cast a Violent Outburst.
But I mean, that's Jago thing to say. It's like, yeah, and then Felix's hard cast Force Negation on his turn still just takes it.
That's true, but I think you should definitely play it out.
Man, I'm trying to think who Jacob was playing. I don't know, he was playing somebody and they countered the Violent Outburst before the Cascade even triggered.
That feels good.
And he was like, cool, restore balance. But that doesn't resolve. No.
Cascade.
Don't tell how Cascade works.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, the feel bad.
Yeah.
It was just like trying to explain to new players, so I'm going to go to a back in the day thing here.
How Cascade actually resolves as well matters.
No, Demigod of Revenge from Lorwyn Block. You remember that card?
It's like an 8 or 9 mana demon, right?
No.
That's the one that it's hybrid, 5 mana. It's Rakdos.
Yes.
It's a 5/4. It comes back from your graveyard into play if you cast another Demigod of Revenge.
If you cast Demigod of Revenge, return all cards named Demigod of Revenge from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Yes, I know that from Duels of the Planeswalkers.
You know how people would get you? So like cast is like, cool, Cryptic, cool. You counter it. Trigger resolves. Comes back with the other 2. Crack you.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's like, because you have to be like, oh, cast trigger resolves, counter it.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so it's just like, you had to know that interaction, or you just like, I remember just gotting people like that when early on, because it was like, yeah.
A misplay.
That's not how it works. Call a judge. Judge, that's how it works.
Yeah. Something I've seen with Cascade often is players resolving Bloodbraid Elf first and then doing the Cascade. I've seen this one time, and it was Bloodbraid Elf Cascade into Anger of Gods, but he resolved the Bloodbraid Elf first and then cast the Anger, which is not how that works, so he exiled his Bloodbraid Elf. It's like that.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, you would resolve the Anger first, and you get the Bloodbraid, but...
The more you know.
It was like a Scapeshift deck that did it.
Oh, God. Yeah, alright. Alright, so... Now Jacob's... I think Felix like game 2 just had like the perfect hand.
Yeah.
Just like, hey Jacob, whatever you want to do, you're not doing it.
Remember the first half of my deck? Yeah, that's not here anymore. We're doing the second half of my deck.
Felix taking a mulligan.
All right.
Could be worse, could be better. I mean,
he mulligans into such highly impactful cards that I think it's fine. Like, you want to be mulliganing aggressively for these answers.
I can definitely see that.
Even if you keep, like, a 5-card hand that's, like, 2 lands, Oof, and Spell Queller, you're probably winning.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, oof.
Oh,
oof.
Okay. He's going down.
He's going to 5?
Down, but not out.
this goes to 4, that's ooh.
Oof is really good. Oof is basically like considering how many like posts.
Yes, I mean Oof probably shuts down half of Jacob's deck.
What is it? Are they all border posts? Yeah, considering the amount of border posts that the other deck plays, if you mulligan into Oof, you're still probably you're probably at parity. That's Force Negation.
Oko, Deputy Detention.
Okay. This is probably your closest to a keep if you've got lands.
I think you put Oko on the bottom.
Oko is not good, but you can. I think Deputy is.
If he plays multiple border posts, you just get a take him for free.
Even Deputy 1 border post is fine.
Yeah.
Like, if Deputy could hit lands, I would do that.
Oh, go. Deputy be busted.
Yeah, like, that's fine.
I guess Deputy be fine, right? It's like, if target non-basic land and all the names, but
What is that land?
It's either Evolving Wilds or Tectonic Edge.
It's Evolving Wilds, okay.
God, Liam, learn card art. Ugh.
When's the last time you saw Evolving Wilds? That wasn't Draft or Commander.
Friday.
Well, I mean, if we're going to use the context of this right now, sure. I mean, right 5 seconds ago. Whatever, dude.
Before that, and not counting Commander, it's probably like a good month and a half.
I guess you're playing more jank than me.
No, I mean, like, we get the new kids at the shop, and so.
Oh, okay, for like Pioneer.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was gonna say, I was like Liam, you forget the new format where that's like one of 2 fetch lands.
Man, Pioneer's kind of boring to me. I'm just like not excited to see the same archetypes played over and over across multiple formats. Like the idea of blue-white control in Pioneer is just so like stale.
But Liam, you get a win with approach, or you can Nexus them, Liam.
Like
you just cast infinite Nexuses and you laugh at them.
The only unique, so there's like 2 decks from previous standards that have been allowed to remain in Pioneer, and that's like Simic Nexus and Mono Green Devotion.
Oh, that's not true. Seasons Past is actually a decent deck in there. Black White Walkers is a pretty decent deck right now in Pioneer.
Is it still too early to tell what the metagame of Pioneer is going to be?
Because
like I think.
So we know certain archetypes are going to be there, right? Like we know Burn's going to be there. We know Blue White Control is going to be there.
Is there Burn?
Yes. Oh God,
How
yes.
do you play Burn in a non-fetch shockland format?
Same way you play Burn in Amonkhet. You get Hazoret, you get Soulscar Mage, you get.
That's not Burn. That's like mid range. That's like mono red mid range.
You have Taylor Swift Spear. You have Hazoret.
Swift Spear, Soulscar Mage.
You have Hazoret. You have.
Is Hazoret even better than like your red sources deal double or deal 2 more damage?
Hazoret is definitely better.
Think so?
He's a 5/4 indestructible. If you have 2 cards less in your hand, it has haste, and you pay 3 mana, pitch it, deal 2 damage.
Yeah. That's how it feels like. It's not really that. It's just like a lot of the archetypes that could only exist in Pioneer got banned from Pioneer, and what I mean by that is like I was saying this earlier, but Field of the Dead will not exist as a standalone archetype in any other format. Like nobody's gonna build a strategy around Field
because
Legacy or Modern because there's too much disruption.
Well, no, I mean like Volku just says I win, as opposed to the Field of Dead doesn't say I win after I cast Escape Shift.
And then Copycat is not very good in Modern because there's just so much disruption.
Mm-hmm.
So like the only places that Field of the Dead and Copycat can be its own archetype was in Pioneer, and now those are banned. It's like I'm not interested in playing Pioneer just to see this iteration of blue-white control. It's like that's not very exciting.
Mono Black Devotion is a deck that's pretty good. I said like Mono Red is a perfectly fine deck. Mono Green Devotion's a deck.
Yeah.
Seasons Past is a deck.
See, I like those archetypes. Like I'm a fan of these previous standard decks.
And that's kind of what Pioneer is like
Pioneer.
it's all the previous top tier standard decks.
Yeah, except for the ones that they banned. It's like not
right.
fun.
There's Esper Control with Scarab God. It's a really fun archetype.
So the thing is, I'm pretty sure that the only reason that Field of the Dead became playable is because they banned Copycat because Copycat would beat Field.
Yeah.
And then, I understand a lot of the bannings so far. I understand them banning like.
Did he just slaughter games a goddamn Queller? Jesus. Okay.
You might have.
He did.
That's interesting.
And Felix just has land in hand? That might be a Once Upon a Time? I don't know what the second card is.
I have no idea.
Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of this. It's the best standard decks. What is your problem, Pepper? He's in the goddamn silly zone.
It's kinda. Arguably, Field of the Dead and Copycat combo are an important part of previous standard metagame history. And to just say that those strategies don't have anywhere to go.
I think
I
the
don't think it's very
issue
fun.
that they were having with like Copycat, I can kind of understand because like it's one was like you run it. I think you run it in the Jeskai.
Copycat seems pretty fragile though.
Teferi. With 3-drop Teferi, that deck is just really good.
Okay, sure, but then there's Pithing Needle, there's Sorcerer's Spyglass. If there's no Teferi, then Shock breaks up the combo.
Right, but
Assassin's Trophy, Fatal Push.
I
There's
think
just a lot of ways to interact with it.
the issue they were having was the same thing they're having with Field is that there's not enough answers.
I think you can go under Field though. Yeah. If you're just racing Field, I think you can win that race.
Hardcast Force Negation against Healy. All right, interesting.
I understand bannings of Smuggler's Copter because
Yeah, no, that one
is just ubiquitous among every single aggro deck. They're all just playing Smuggler's Copter.
Yes.
Oath of Nissa. I understand that because you ban fetch lands to make mana bases a bit harder to play.
Yes.
And then it's just making planeswalkers free.
I mean, not free, but yeah, like you can always cast.
Yeah, it's making mana bases too easy. You're not. There's no opportunity cost for playing.
I mean that it also affects your mana very well. Like it
Leyline of
can't itself
Abundance because Leyline of Abundance was making Soul Ring creatures. I get that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Once Upon a Time, meh. It's a free spell, but I don't think it's necessarily ban worthy.
Veil, I definitely agree with.
Veil of Summer, yeah. And if you really want blue control to even be possible, you gotta ban that
Veil
card.
has to, yes. That's the thing though, is that I think right now no one really wants to.
I find it hard to justify banning. What is that? Is that somebody's horn?
Yeah.
All right. I just find it hard to justify banning Field of the Dead and banning Copycat, but remaining and allowing Nykthos. And it's probably just because they're having another set come up with Devotion and they want to have players buy fresh packs so they can crack it and play with their Nykthos and Pioneer. It's probably the only reason, and I think that reason's real shitty and stupid.
No, I mean they want a big mana strategy. They want a Tron strategy in Pioneer, which is fair. The issue I think they had was with Field of the Dead decks is that it was able to control. You're able to control the game somewhat early with those decks, and then you just had that just no matter what inevitability of just.
So if you're controlling the game early on, then it's interfering with how you ramp, and then by the time you actually get Field of the Dead in play, you're only getting maybe 1 or 2 zombies.
Right, but you're
I banned Field Proxy. I played against the Insol aggro deck.
Yeah.
Could not beat it. It's such an impossible matchup.
Right, but I mean the insult. But how are you against a mid range deck? Let's say Mono Black Devotion.
You could probably catch up if you Wrath, but once they start slamming Grey Merchants, it doesn't matter how many zombies you have.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Is you're able to with that deck because you did run Wraths and Ramp, right? You're able to just start making 1 to 2 to 5 zombies by turn 7, right? Every land. Well, every land, you're probably making 2. You're making 2 to 3 zombies every land drop by turn 5 or 6.
I don't find that to be unreasonable. That's really good. I don't think that's unreasonably good.
When you play, I think the only big one I had was, why is the Germ token tapped?
Because it's Stewie Griffin.
Felix does get to keep a barrel skull at least.
Hell yeah, boys.
Because
Jacob has to keep 3 basics.
Jacob has to sack 2 artifacts though. Oh no, because the store balance doesn't hit artifacts. It's just creatures, lands, cards in hand. Doesn't affect artifacts, enchantments, or planeswalkers.
Huh, I thought it did affect artifacts.
No, it doesn't.
Hmm.
Or else before, Jacob would have to be sacrificing his artifacts because Felix didn't have any.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Oh!
Ooh, Gargadon a turn too late.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, like, Jacob could still just, like, cascade. If he gets to cascade spell,
If he really wants to.
he could just cascade into it.
Honestly, I don't see any reason why not to. Unless you think your opponent has Path in hand.
I mean,
you don't have to do it this turn.
also, like,
spells.
well, like, your opponent plays Brazen Borrow, and that's also really bad. Feel bad. It's, hey, put
Yeah.
Gargadon back. Oh.
Make some mana. The lands get edicted. That resolves. Bounce
it. Yay!
Okay.
We're both just gonna stare at each other now.
I guess.
But yeah, I mean, the nice thing with Pioneer is that, like, because it's kind of like Modern. Modern, when they first announced it, was just like 4 or 5 archetypes, and then once the pool started getting bigger and bigger, then you started having more. I think that's the issue that Pioneer's gonna have, is the first like 2 years of Pioneer is because the card pool's so limited. It's not going to be great, but like, as we get more and more cards into it, it's going to be better because you have more archetypes.
I'm skeptical.
I mean, it's fair.
I think eventually Nykthos will be banned, and I think eventually Fires will be banned.
Really?
If you're banning Oath of Nissa because it's making Planeswalkers too free to cast, then you gotta ban Fires.
Fires has such a downside to it though. Is you can't cast an instant speed.
Really though, is it really a downside?
It is. So you can't cast an instant speed. You only cast 2 spells a turn.
Yeah, but you cast Fires and then you cast a 4-drop. You've made 8 mana in 1 turn. Like I'm not. Oh no, I can't cast spells on your turn, and my deck isn't going to anyway.
Right.
Like that's less of a downside than the casting 2 spells.
The problem with the Fires just has. I mean, the Fires has a really bad matchup against any kind of aggro deck.
It depends on the type of aggro. Because I've played against Fires with mono red, and they've gone Fires on turn 4, and then they played the Wrath, that's 3 mana.
Yeah.
And then they've untapped, played Kendrith, and gained 10 life. Like, you're not beating that as mono.
Okay, yeah.
You're not beating that as aggro if they make that curve.
Right. But if you're mono red, you can just be like you can be stupidly aggressive.
I had a pretty okay hand. Just they wrapped into gaining 10.
Yeah,
okay.
Most decks, it's like Wrath and a gaining 10, you're not going to beat. I guess Fires has a potential.
I mean, it's free spells, and over time, if that format is continuously at this like mid-range area, the free spells that you get to cast are going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, I guess the argument for Fires is that like every sideboard is going to be packing artifact and enchantment hate. It doesn't matter like.
Isn't that the same argument as to why like Feldar Guardian or Field is Dead, because every single archetype can pack hate for that too?
Not as much. Ooh, a sword. Is that Light and Shadow or Feast and Famine?
Even Nykthos, like you can't have hate cards for Nykthos.
Right, that's what I'm saying. As a sideboard, right, you want cards that are good against multiple decks, right? Like having just Naturalize is good against multiple decks.
A Braid
is, I'm saying, like, but like you can have in your sideboard, right? So like Naturalize, right? Like it's gonna be good against it's gonna be good against Fires decks. It's gonna be good against Hardened Scales. It's gonna be good against Mono Black Devotion because you get hit the Underworld connections. Like, right, it's good against multiple decks, right? But like Land Destruction is only good against like that one deck.
Land Destruction isn't even good against Nykthos because if they use it once, you're behind.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know. I find it very hard to justify letting Nykthos remain.
If they ban Nykthos, they would unban.
Leyline is clearly better.
Yeah.
Leyline and Nykthos are doing the same thing because they're turning your 1 mana elves into 2 mana.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Nykthos is much slower.
Yeah.
He's going all in on the Gargadon because there's a Brazen Borrower and a Sword of Light and Shadow on Felix's side and a Batterskull. So Felix suiting up the Brazen Borrower is just going to win over time. So I think he.
And second one, oh no!
Oh, what's this? Ricochet trap!
Oh!
You can't actually ricochet trap that. It's only things your opponent controls.
Oh, but he can ricochet it to the Ghostly Prison.
Yes.
To the Gargadon.
No, you can't. Don't pick up your card, Felix. Don't do it. Yeah, no. No.
Ah, I got him!
No.
Oh! Felix!
No.
Oh!
Your spell still resolves. It would still be an adventure. Oh my god. I checked out for so long and then I tuned back in to see the most frustrating shit ever. Felix.
I think so now because he's just going to recast it and put Gargadon back in the hand.
This isn't how any of this works. This game is flawed.
Good news, everyone.
This game is flawed.
I would laugh if Felix was like, bounce it again, like, give it Shroud.
Fuck Magic. Fuck this game.
It's like, put it back in your hand.
Stupid.
Sure. Suspend it. Sure. Felix is like, I'm going to cast this Brazen Borrower. And then equip. And then just slow. Oh my god.
None of this is right.
Oh.
I'm so mad.
Liam, are you mad or are you just disappointed?
I'm emotionally exhausted by this.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh my god.
It's so funny.
I'm so frustrated.
So funny. Liam's just like 40 minutes of my life. It's wasted.
all this grind built up to this. Oh dear.
I mean, if it's a light and shadow, it's pretty good.
You ever seen that video of that girl who gets the Christmas present of the little like Barbie that when you pull like a ripcord it spins up in the air?
Yeah.
And she spins it and it goes into the fireplace. That's like exactly what that felt like. It's like, oh, this is neat. This game is going, oh, okay, well, rip. That video is hilarious. If you've never seen it, it's so fucking funny.
Oh, I feel like that's a soft walk now.
What is that?
That's the Ranger Captain of Eos. So he equips
It is.
his Sword, Light, and Shadow. Hit, like,
You can cascade in response to the sack if you've got Violent Outburst.
Yeah.
It's not technically a soft block.
Did you not attack?
You can't pay for the tax.
Oh, okay. It's like during your upkeep.
Of the Ghostly Prison that
Yeah.
shouldn't be in play because of the Ricochet trap on the Brazen Borrower.
Meh. My name is Liam. I know everything.
Yeah, you're right. I know everything. I'm omniscient. The card Omniscience, yeah, Wizards printed that after they saw me, and they were like, you know what? We need to put that in our game.
How many shrooms did you take before you came over here?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
The answer is always yes.
It was just like 30,000. Don't worry about it.
You die. Just getting
You
in.
gain 2 life, 3 life.
Yeah.
It's like, bring Ranger Captain back. Cast Ranger Captain.
I hope they go to time and they both lose. It's the only justice.
Oh.
Hope they draw.
I mean,
They both get punished.
if Felix has Jacob on a 2-turn clock. Like, the only way that, like, Jacob gets out of this is to get a 3rd land and then be able to Violent Outburst.
This game isn't real anymore.
You're sitting here. How could this happen to me?
How could this happen in general? I don't understand. Where did we go wrong?
You started playing Blue, Liam. That's where you went wrong.
I stopped playing Tron, and it was all downhill from there.
Like, what do you mean I gotta pay 7 mana for this? I don't want to tap 7 lands. I want to tap 3. This is bull.
What do you mean? I'm casting a spell, and I have to tap as many lands as there are mana symbols? What? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Can I get a judge call on this, please?
That's not how this works. Where are the soul lands?
I don't know what happened. I think they're thinking, or they're getting a ruling.
Yeah, the integrity of this game state really needs to be upheld at this point. I agree. Super important. Are they talking about? The in air quotes soft lock? Is that what the questions are about?
It might be.
It's not a soft lock truly, because there's the violent outburst.
Right, but I mean, like, stopping him from like Jacob can't like have a land cast as foretold, cast restore balance.
Yeah.
Like, it effectively puts Jacob on that you have to find this specific card.
His out is literally only.
Violent outburst.
Yeah.
He needs another land though as well.
Yeah, land violent outburst.
Yeah.
Because he can't cast any of his border posts. He's revealing his hand. He's got border post, land, and you can still suspend.
He can't cast border post though.
Yeah, yeah.
So
but you can still suspend it, but in response to the suspend trigger, if you sack the ranger.
I think he's just conceding.
Yeah.
Because. Yeah, looks like this is just Oh, there's a land, but it does come to play tapped. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, and this just wasn't enough. All right, Liam, it's over. Are you happy?
No, I'm not. I'm upset.